Guys, I just got back from the hospital and I had outpatient clinic, so I was seeing patients with my supervisor at the neurology department in the Netherlands, Eindhoven. And the last patient we had this evening was an African patient, or he came from an African country. I'm not going to say the exact country, but he comes from an African country, and I don't know. You can feel the stark difference in he speaks Dutch. He's not very fluent in the language. He speaks Dutch. And I could tell there was a clear difference in the way he expressed his symptoms compared to the way the other Dutch patients expressed their symptoms. It's almost like he did not have words for the symptoms. Just vague, I feel something weird in my head. I feel something weird in my head. And I feel something weird in my head. And like we as doctors or people who are training to be doctors, we need the clinical symptoms. Like we need to work with partly what you give us to be able to look further with diagnostics, like make photos or scans or measurements and stuff like that. We need the clinics to couple, like the clinical symptoms to couple with the findings to get a good picture of what is happening and hopefully come to a good diagnosis, an accurate diagnosis. The clinical part, like the symptoms, helps us also look better. So we can sometimes have all the diagnostic tools and look for things, but because we don't know what we're looking for, we miss out on a lot of things. Seeing this patient, I was sitting there, my supervisor was doing most of the talking, this was his patient. Seeing this patient just not be able to express his symptoms just got me wondering how much we are missing just because he cannot express his symptoms like that. And I think there's something wrong, because I think with certain people you can tell they're not going to come to the doctor just because they want to come to the doctor, like for any small thing. So the fact that he's there and is expressing the discomfort and the pain, there is something wrong. But I wonder how much of the inability to express what is actually happening plays a big role in how their treatment plan actually works out. Let's say we come out, we find out something's actually like seriously wrong with this guy 5 years later, because he has already been working with this symptoms for like 3 years. I just wonder, things like this just get me wondering how disadvantaged some people might be due to the inability to express their symptoms and express themselves. There probably is nothing wrong, but it just really got me thinking. Just really got me thinking about what is the best way to approach this situation. Because it's not like you bring someone to translate from his original language that would solve the problem, because it's just the language to express what is happening is not necessarily there, so a translator would not help. Crazy. It really shows me the importance of having words. And I think growing up in Cameroon, I would not know how to express my symptoms if I was in Cameroon as well. Like we don't have words for it, because people are not very, very detailed in the use of language. It's just a weird feeling in my head. I feel water in my head. I feel like my head is like coconut. Those kind of very broad, not helpful explanations. So just like I recognize myself in this. Like if I was in Cameroon, I would probably express symptoms the same way, but then in this place as a medical professional now, I'm like, that is not very helpful, But like, what is the solution? Then how do you give people the tools they need to be able to express symptoms in a way apart from just education, like healthcare education? I think that's something which I'm increasingly beginning to realize the importance of. Just being aware of your health, being conscious of what is happening, having words for the different symptoms, having an understanding of what the symptoms are. So tingling, what does tingling mean? What does tinnitus mean? Like all these medical things which I think most people should know. Having a mouth that is hanging one side, you should know what that means. That's like a warning sign for a stroke, you should know. But if you don't know that like a hanging mouth is a warning sign for a stroke, you're going to be laughing at your stroke symptoms. I have a hanging mouth. But you might actually be dying soon if you don't know. So I think these things are the things which the health education part is really important. And I think, more of that needs to happen. Just being exposed to more patients like this, more of that health education needs to happen. Yeah, that's something which got me thinking today. But anyways, it's Friday. Done for the week. I have a shift on Sunday, so I'm already done for the weekend. But I'm done for the week, at least for now. Saturday off. Still gotta work or something else. But yeah, that has been it for my thoughts today. Hope you all are good. Stay blessed. And until next time, peace.